All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy Thursday or terrific Thursday, family. All right. Dr. Shana here, back with another episode of Dr. Shana's Sexy Habits, honey. We are here counting down Mental Health Awareness Month. We have literally 6 days left in this month. But what I want you to be clear about is that mental health, while they only give us 1 month, really is a 365 issue. And I wanted to bring you some different folks to give you just some little tidbits as we count down this month to give us some habits, some things to think about that will help us maintain our mental health. And so tonight I'm bringing to you, I say tonight, it's not tonight. This afternoon I'm bringing to you one of my great girlfriends who is the professional sleep strategist. I'm going to bring to the stage LaShasta Bell. Come on in, sis. How are you?
I am great. I am great. Hello, hello, hello.
Awesome. And go ahead, folks, as you are getting in the chat, just say hello, say great afternoon. Let us know you're here and where you're from. I see you, Grace L. Holden. I see you, Carol Brinkley. Thank you for being here. All right, we're just going to hop in. This is a 10-minute little tidbit just to kind of get folks some real quick tips about going to bed. I know your favorite thing to tell folks. I got this problem. I got that problem. Your answer, kind of like what they used to say, you drink some castor oil or something like that. Yours is go to bed.
Go to
Go to
bed.
bed. Tell
Sis,
us,
go to bed.
just tell us why, just in general terms, why is going to bed so important for our mental health?
It's the cornerstone. Like sleep is what we need to be able to have a balance or harmony in our mental health. It in the brain is processing the emotions of the day, the learning of the day. So when we aren't able to process our emotions well, then guess what? We like the bag lady. We like Erica Badu. We carrying that anger from one day to the next day, that
Hmm.
resentment from one day to the next day, and then that means we have less and less capacity for the emotion of today, for the moment of today. And so if you
Hmm.
do that over and over again, eventually you have no capacity and you're like an autopilot in your own life and wondering why you're miserable, why you may be overweight, why you're battling 7 of the 15 chronic diseases because you didn't go to bed.
Oh, listen, you done put weight on it. You done put emotions on it. You done put all chronic illnesses on it. So sleep, literally, is tied to so many things in our life. And then when we think about our mental health, when you were talking about we carry our emotions from day to day, right? And I don't finish one day because I'm literally carrying it to the next day, and I can't even show up for the next day because I'm still in yesterday. Um, what would we say for someone who has all of that stuff going in their head? They say they can't get to bed. LaShasta, it's hard to shut that off. What do they do?
One of my classic things that I tell them to do is do a brain dump. All the
Mm-hmm.
stuff that's in here, get it out,
Okay.
put it on paper. That's one of the easiest, quickest things for this lunch hour moment is to write it out. When you write it out, decide what's in your control and what's out of your control. What's in your control, put it on your calendar. This year, next year, it don't matter. Just put it somewhere. What's out of your control, decide how you're going to respond to it and verbally tell yourself it's in a safe place. Because most of us who
Hmm.
aren't falling asleep, when I poll a room, it's because their brain is just busy, 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 and I can't turn it off. It's yours, sis. It's yours, bro. Like own it, lead it, lead your life, and don't let your life lead you.
Oh, that's good. Because you're right. You hear it all the time. I can't turn my mind off. I can't turn these thoughts off. So they are literally controlling us as opposed to us controlling them. Now that's I hear that all the time. All the time. So we need to get in a leadership role. And I say that too, that we got to lead ourselves first to the
Hmm.
space where we really need to be before we can tell anybody else where to go or what to do. But going to bed literally and getting rest, because we're talking about rest, and all rest isn't created equally, right? You can go to bed but still wake up not feeling rested, not feeling like you even went to sleep, because I've had that before. When I would go to sleep and wake up like, girl, did I just lay down? Did I just close my eyes? What do we do in that case if we are restless kinds of sleep? If we want to go to bed, LaShasta, I really want to go to bed, but I'm struggling to be get restful sleep. What do we do for that?
So, one, we have to pull those apart because rest and sleep are two different things.
Okay, tell us about it.
Rest should be ongoing and cultivated throughout the day. I tell people you should be cultivating your sleep from the moment you wake up. Part of cultivating your sleep is making sure you get rest throughout the day. Rest doesn't look like laying down taking a nap. It can be switching gears from what you do for work to what you do for fun, to doing a
Hmm.
hobby, to reading a book, going for a walk. As long as you are present and you've labeled and identified it as rest so that you're not doing it, but like a lot of us women will battle with ourselves and be guilty about taking a moment to ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
being able to rest throughout the day and give your body and your mind and your life what you need will cultivate that peaceful sleep at night. As part of the
Mm.
reason why it's restless is because you did not show up and give yourself what you needed during the day. So sleep doesn't
Oh.
start at bedtime. Sleep literally should start from the moment you wake up because it should be prioritized at the top because that's what we need to do all the things we want to do.
Oh, now that's a whole word. Y'all not gonna get all of the words in this 10 minutes. I'm telling you. You will want to join us on tomorrow. LaShasta is going to be one of the guest speakers on my wellness summit. So you can get all of the goodies over there. But you said something, and every time you say this, it always strikes me that you should be cultivating sleep from the moment you wake up. No one has ever taught us that. We've never been told. We just, as a kid, your mama would say, go to bed, and it's time to go to bed. And that's when we believe it's supposed to start. But what you're saying, LaShasta, is there are things we can do throughout our day that would help us get more quality sleep at night so that we can go through this, healing process that occurs when we are actually asleep. That we really need to have great mental health. So if you were going to just give, I don't know, two or three of those specific things, you gave one a second ago, but what other two or three would you add to that as habits that we could create during our daytime that would help cultivate good sleep at night?
Well, my second thing to say, well, probably my third, because my no game is strong is the second, which is what I would tell them set some boundaries. But the way you start to set those boundaries is to mind your business.
Mm-hmm.
Like if
Mm-hmm.
we focus in on ourselves and give ourselves what we need, minding our business instead of trying to be what other people need, then the answer finds us. You know that you need a nice cold cup of water, or you know that you need to take a moment outside, or that you need to take a few deep breaths, or you need to reassign and delegate some of the tasks that's on your plate because you're minding your business. Like your focus is 110% on you,
Mm-hmm.
so then your life will tell you what you need. And it looks different for all of us. I mean, let's be honest, it looks different for some of us day to day. What I
Mm-hmm.
needed yesterday is not what I need today. So,
Mm-hmm.
what I would say is say no, let your no game be strong and set some boundaries. And two, once you say no, mind your business. Get in
Hmm.
your business the way you in other folks' business. No shade, no shade. And I
She ain't,
mean
she ain't being messy, y'all.
right. I mean that in the most loving way. When I say in other people's business, in the business of taking care of them and solving their problems. Let me be
Mm-hmm.
clear on that. That we get in, we want to care for them, we want to solve their problems. So if we give ourselves that same energy, it will help to cultivate our sleep from the moment we wake up.
That is good. Minding your own business for sure. You also say to check the label on some stuff because when we minding other folks' business, we trying to change and fix theirs, and it wasn't yours in the first place.
That's it. But you told me I couldn't give them everything, so I was trying to.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't just got into it because it's
Yeah, yeah,
always
yeah.
so good.
Right, but absolutely that it. And what I say is, if you're trying to solve a problem and you've been trying over and over and over again to solve it, and you haven't found a solution, check the label because the
Mhm.
likelihood is that it's not your problem to solve. That
Indeed.
part, it's just not
And
yours.
that's what's keeping you up at night, because you are
Period.
trying so hard to figure out everybody else's problem issue, and half the time they ain't even asked you to, but you're doing it anyway. It's consuming your brain space and you're not in the space to be there to support yourself. Carol says, Woo, you said something right here. As a caretaker, I really needed to hear this. It sounds like the permission that I needed. Mind my business. Well, listen, LaShasta Bell, you didn't set somebody free today on this little
Amen.
lunch minute tidbit, so that she can figure out how to mind her business. That is a huge. It's a very simple statement, but it has huge implications. Because
Mm-hmm.
what happens is when you mind your business, you make room for yourself. It's what
That part. If
you
you are intentional, and like you say, I would say, intentionality, and then you came along and plugged in commitment, and it's
yes,
like, yes, when you're intentional and committed. But here's the thing: if you stop minding someone else's business and you're not intentional and committed by minding your own, you're gonna find somebody else's business to get into
you sure will.
by default.
By default, because you just used to being in somebody's business. That's what it is.
That part. That's it. That's it. So that's it. Cultivate your sleep from the moment you wake up. If you're trying to get to bed, the one of the easiest steps to start is set a set bedtime and a set
Mhm.
wake up time. And do that for the next couple of weeks to really get your body adjusted every day, even on the weekend. I know on the weekend we feel like, oh, we need to
You
kick
can
it, let's
sleep
get
in.
lit, let's turn up,
Hmm.
whatever your generation calls it. But if you try to wake up and go to bed at that same time, even on the weekend, you'll start to see every effort that you put through the day will improve. Every
It
single
will.
thing.
It will. Well, LaShasta, thank you so much for taking a little piece of your lunch today to pour in to this audience. One of Dr. Shana's 7 sexy mental health habits. Just go
Okay.
to bed, y'all. Let's get some rest. Mind your business. And do some things that pour back into you. And make sure you register tomorrow, 1 to 6 o'clock, wellnessjourneysummit.com. It is virtual. You can watch it from any place you desire, the comfort of your own home, your car. It doesn't matter. But I promise you want to be there. You'll hear more from LaShasta Bell, more about how to get to bed, and more about how to begin cultivating your sleep from the moment you wake up. So I say thank you, and I'll see all of you on tomorrow as we continue this countdown of Mental Health Awareness Month. It may be a month, but it's actually 365 days. We are responsible for taking care of our mental health. All right, family. Dr. Shana is out. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Good night. It ain't good night. Bye. Y'all have a good afternoon.